Good morning. Good morning. We're sitting here with another beautiful day. We got a couple of movers in the low float category. We got a micro float that's been moving anyway. It's just moving a lot more today in pre-market, which is concerning. We'll have to see how that open does on TBLT. ADXN down 10%. I traded that one yesterday. I'll recap that in a little bit. TKLF is a new one that's up only $2.24, up 42%. We'll read into that one. SDIG is another one. Good morning, Donnell. I got rid of my PTSD from that drop from yesterday. Snap is another one that had dropped 33%. Insane drop there. But now let's read into some of the madness. So TBLT, we already have seen that one, but let's read into these new ones. Yoshisu shares are trading higher after company announced it will acquire Tokyo Lifestyle Limited for approximately $2.8 million. Okay. Let's see if there's any kind of price on this yet. So that's just a buyout on that company. And then SDIG was one that's been moving as well. No real news on today. The daily chart looking a little, looked like it gapped up, had a nice push up, had a small gap down to the right under the $3, and is now up to 379. So it's actually broken this 342 top here during pre-market. So we need to watch that level as maybe a comeback point or a test point, but it's at 380 right now. So it's getting close to that $4 level on SDIG. And let me zoom that in just now. See if I can do this. There we go. Had that previous level there at 328. Another level there at the 415s. So we got a little bit of a range here. $4 to 415 and 354 down to the 325-ish area. So where we'll be looking. It is not a micro float, but it has a pretty low float. Let me see what that float is on SDIG. About 19 million in the float, may be lower because I'm checking on Street Smart Edge. But yeah, NQ continued. I saw this inverse head and shoulders, and I was like, man, that is a perfect setup. I guarantee you it's gonna start breaking to highs. And yep, it broke that 12,200 and came up here and tested the 12,600. I think the stop point will be the 13,000, but it may surprise us. It may go on through that 13,000 and try to touch this downtrend up here at 13,300. 13,300-ish level. But we'll see. Anyway, let's jump over to Street Smart. For the trade that I took yesterday on ADXN, this one, man, it was a nice trade, but it was a scary trade, and I'm glad that I did what I did in the trade. You have to have a plan outside of the trade and the inside. So got in there at 220. It was where I bought. Well, let's go through the whole day. In the morning, I saw it come up and touch this high here at the 250s. And I was like, that it got up there, but I'm going to see if it can form a range above this where it got pushed down to, which was the 207. It came up and it tested, but I waited for this candle to close, this hour candle, and it closed in indecision. And I was like, ooh, that I don't know if I want to take that. And so I kept watching this support level of the $2 to the 220, about a 20-cent support level. And it came back up here and tested up again, but made a lower high. And I waited for this candle to close, and then it dropped back down and tested the previous body here of the 208s on this wick here. And I was like, if it can test that again and hold that 208, I'm gonna get in. And so it came down here, gave a little indecision. It sat there indecision at 215 for a long time, and I was like, if it goes back up to 220, I'm getting in. So it went back up 5 cents, 220, entered, and I got this little rip here all the way up here to the 240, which was the previous resistance level, which was where I was looking to take profit. And I took 75% up there at the top, but I was still holding 25%, which was 100 shares. And then it dropped. It dropped from 250 down to 194. But because I took such a large amount off, that 194 pretty much just cut my profit in half. Still ended with a green day, but yeah. I was like, man, that thing, I was not expecting that much of a fall. It was like a 32-cent drop there. And I'm so glad I took some at that previous resistance level and didn't get greedy and be like, oh, it can break. It did not break. It broke down. But anyway, Snap getting pulverized down here during pre-market. It got double. Good morning, Daniel B. It got double downgraded, I believe, with Snap's news. TKLF. May want to do something. SDIG, TLBT. So we'll see what these want to do. Daniel B, you into buying Snap? Snap crashed 32%. It's at discount right now. Had a nice little gap down, came down here to $13, and then it's gapped down to $11. It's at discount now. It's at Lowe's. Oh man, I know you don't trade Snap or anything like it. You're short A-firm since yesterday. Go pop over to A-firmish. A-firmish. A-firm came up there and did a nice little double top. Let's see. Came up, formed a high of 30.65 on the hour chart and got going down to these 29s, 29.38. And here in pre-market, just sitting here. So we'll see what that does on open. Down 79 down 79 or 74%. It's just a watch and see type move there. Good morning, One Life. Yes, One Life. I did the recap. I can do it again. We got time. So I traded this one ADXN yesterday. And I got in, I was watching it all day. I saw this first candle pop up to 250 and it got pushed down, right? And so I was like, okay, it got pushed down to this level around the 210s. All right, that's cool. And then the next hour, I just waited. I wanted to see this, how the shorts will win on this. So I waited. It came down here to the 180s and then kind of ended in this indecision. But I still didn't trust it. And so I wanted to see it kind of make a higher low, which it did on the 193, and it shot up here real quick, and it was just too quick for me to do any kind of entry there. It shot up here to the 225s and got stuck. And then it came back down to the previous high of this, or not the previous high, the previous body of this candle, which was the 209, right above the $2. And I was like, that might be a spot to watch, right above the $2. And it opened the next one and dipped down drastically down here to the 190s, which was the low of this high candle, this high push. Not the 290, the 190 here. But it held and popped back up to the 209, and I was like, okay, this is interesting. So then it kind of froze at 215, and I was like, okay, if it can cross 220, I'll get in. And so it started crossing this 220 level right at the body of this previous red candle. Start crossing into that, and so I jumped in 220. It rode it all the way to around that 250 level, and I took 75% of my position off up here at the top. I was still holding 100 shares though, and it dropped. So it dropped back down here to the 190 again. I'm talking about from 250 to 190 very quickly. But I had already took a large amount of my position off, so it really didn't hurt me. I still ended the day green, but if I didn't take that 75% off, that would have definitely been about $144 on that drop there. But yeah, as soon as it came, oh, and it halted down here. So it halted down at the 190, opened up, popped up to this $2, and I just sold the rest at $2 and just walked away with the green day. But yeah, it was a spicy little maneuver it pulled. But what I'm trying to do is into that previous resistance, I'm selling 75% of my position. So doesn't matter if I have 400 shares, if I have 600 shares, whatever I have, I'm selling 75 and holding 25. So I'm getting the profit, and then I'm setting my on this one I didn't even have time to set my stop back in there after I took my 75%. It just straight down to the depths. But usually I set the rest of it at break even. The rest of the 25%. So it's like whatever. But yeah, this one did not give me that type of time. But yeah, that was a trade from yesterday. But today we got Snap getting murdered. Dropped from $16 down to $11 and something. Down 32%. We have TKLF up 47%, SDIG up 32%, TBLT, which has been a previous mover. I don't really trust it because every time it's been moving slower and slower and slower and closing down those ranges during intraday, so I really haven't been liking it. Daniel B said he's in a firm short from yesterday, and I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. I'm not gonna trade that today. I'm done with that. And then we also have the SPY, which took a little move up yesterday, had the lows of the 392s, moved on up here to almost the 400, sitting right under the 400. But with it being Friday, I don't know if it'll attempt to hold over the 400 for Friday. But hey, if it does, oh well. Let's jump over here and look at the other things going on. We got the crude oil, which is now living in this range here from way back here in March, April area, came into this level, took a big dip into this level, and just kind of living in this level now between the 96 and the 92-ish level, 96 and 92. And I'm just wondering, can it get down under that 90? And then this was the NQ play that I had called a little bit earlier. This inverse head and shoulders, I saw it down here. I had already marked it. Got a nice reversal through this previous level of the 12,200 that it kept testing. I was like, yeah, that's gonna break. But I don't know if it'll go higher than the 1300s. It may come up here and touch the downtrend, but I don't know. As of now, got to see some consolidation and how it wants to behave and what kind of news comes out on it. It says a little bit of news on the NQ. Says gold on track to snap the 5 week high or the 5 week losing streak as price rises for the second day. Market Watch Crypto Industries lobbying on track to hit a new annual record. Okay, stock futures retreat. Okay, that's the. I don't see anything super interesting. Let's go to the SPY. Senior U.S. defense official said U.S. believes Ukraine has taken out more than 100 high-value Russian what Russian targets, such as command posts within Ukraine, and that Russia is sustaining hundreds of casualties every day. Okay, White House said President Biden, as of Thursday night, still had mild symptoms. Of course, he contracted, or I guess you could say contracted COVID or whatever. Supreme Court. Okay. Yeah, not seeing anything super interesting here on Friday, so it'll be a day to be careful. Keep your eyes and your head on a swivel. APLD up 14%, not looking great. The biggest thing out here is this snap dive, which has 24 million shares of volume on it. Then the next thing will be that TKLF. So we'll see. We have about 10 minutes to the bell. And good morning, Lauren. Good morning, Donnell. Yes, slow small cap day, which usually Fridays are, and a lot of times we get those out of the blue pop-ups on Fridays. And so it's very easy. We should call Fridays FOMO Fridays because it's very easy to get caught up as that thing's ripping out of nowhere. Something that wasn't moving in pre-market, wasn't moving at any other time of the day, just pops on low volume. It's got like 1 million shares, 2 million shares, but it's just going bunkers. Very easy to get caught in FOMO on Fridays. Think out of the open, we'll watch A Firm and see what it does. If it'll dive for Daniel B or not. He's in there short, riding this thing down. Been going up for quite a while. Came up, tried to get to this 31.24 level of resistance. 31.24. This is a previous area here of what is that? 32.11. And resistance down here 29.75. So how's the weather? It is hot. It's hot. Actually, it's overcast right now. It's overcast right now, but it is stupid hot. Our morning weather, we're sitting currently at about 90 degrees outside, morning weather. So it's not even started. It's just warming up. Humidity, we have like 85% humidity, so it's nice. It's nice, You just step outside and instant sauna. Don't have to pay for saunas down here in Mississippi. Just walk outside. You're good to go. In the morning. If you do that in the midday, boy, you get a taste of that 108, 111, 115. But good morning. Good morning, Ben, in the building. Dang, B, I'm used to it though. I'm used to it, man. You know, the heat and all of this is just normal. But I love the serenity of living, uh, you know, away from the city. It's quiet. I can hear like like bobcats outside fighting every now and then, or you know, the random owl killing something outside, or you know, people practicing shooting their military style white rifles out in the woods and stuff like that. It's all good, you know. It's nice. And then nighttime is stupid quiet. You don't hear nothing except crickets. Yes, one life. I can't stand living in cities. They're too loud. It's like nah, man. I can't like I'm such a light sleeper. It's insane. Like if you mess around and drop a sheet of paper, sheet of cotton or a piece of cotton or whatever, I'm up. I'm like, what was that? What was that? Because I'm so used to it being quiet. Crypto QT. Any thoughts on ME? Let's look at ME real quick. We have 6 minutes to the bell. Let's jump to ME. Let's look at it on the larger time frames real quick. ME looks like social buzz, Wall Street bets, stocks largely down, pre-market, Taiwan semi, but that's news from the 14th. Does it have any more recent news? Um 23andMe third quarter loss. Let me go and smart. Let me go and pull up the whatchamacallit. Let's see what has any other news come out 11 days ago. I believe we looked at this so I guess no other news has come out on it. 23andMe has officially moved and downsized its HQ. The genetic testing company has made a move from Sunnydale, even though it's still on the hook for its space there. So they're still paying for the space, but they're trying to get out of there. They're trying to run. 23andMe doses patient in first clinical trial of its cancer fighting drug. Inspirational quotes. We don't need inspiration. We need facts. What problems are you fixing? That's 9 months ago, 8 months ago. Yeah, I don't know, man. This one is shot in the dark, I guess, with it being I mean, it could go either way. If they come out in 10 years and be like, "Hey, we've cured cancer," then yeah, you'll get blessed. But I just don't see anything short term. Your time frame, hopefully your time frame is over maybe 10 years maybe to hold this because I'm not seeing any news that says buy me today, but maybe in the future. So we'll see. We shall see. Definitely not going to be a ripper. It's going to just, if it's going to move up, it's going to have to grind its way up. Operates as consumer genetics testing company, therapeutics, consumer. Yeah, that's just a hard, it's so much competition in that area too with genetics. Like everybody wants to mess around with the genetic code. Everybody. So this competition is almost even stiffer than YouTube. It's like, man. And think about it. This is based out of where is it based out of? It's based out of California. There's probably a company doing the exact same thing in every other state, all 50 states. So I don't know. But out of the open, we're gonna be watching A Firm. Wait a minute. Let me go back and read some of these comments. You love the hustle and bustle of the city. Always something happening. Yeah, well, I can visit the city. I mean, I went out to a couple of the cities in Texas for that kind of life, but I didn't stay there. Well, I stayed out there for a little bit, but I was still living in the rural area when I was in Texas. I stayed deep in the woods and just traveled. I was 2 hours and 30 minutes from Dallas. Wait, not Dallas. I was 2 hours and 30 minutes from Houston. But let's see. Framework one of one life. You mean the hustle and bustle of paying super high taxes in real estate? Those big cities, you can have that. Are you guys buying the almighty GameStop? No. And then Daniel B says, how long have you to travel to your nearest Gucci store, bro? There isn't a Gucci store for miles. I had to hit a plane to get to a Gucci store. I say miles for thousands of miles. Let's see. Frame of Fortune. Why would anyone buy GameStop? Frameworks. Okay, one life. You truly are a genius. Prefer city lifestyle over backwoods. So yeah, I don't think taxes. Frame of Fortune. One life. Retard. Okay, yeah, I get it. Good morning, SB in the building. Yeah, make sure you guys hit that like button. Market just opened. Let's pop over here to A Firm and see if it will drop for Daniel B out of the open, and then we will focus in on some of these low float movers, letting them make their decisions out of the open though. Daniel B's in that thing short from yesterday. We'll see if we can get a drop. Well, actually, you probably are looking for it to break that 28.50, but we'll see. Let's also keep an eye on these low float movers we had out here. APLD was another one. Let's see, APLD, TKLF. We'll jump around here real quick. TKLF popping off that 242 up to the 268, up 9% on the day. It's the biggest mover. And then we have TBLT barely up 1%. Probably going to go red here in a little bit. TKLF has 13 million shares traded on it so far. TBLT going on red. SPY is still holding green though. Let's look at A Firm, what it's deciding to do. Gave a little pop up there, but I mean it's still under the $30, so that $30 is probably gonna act as some big resistance there. Everything else except for TKLF and A Firm has gone red. Snap continued to descend into the abyss. Good morning, GD. Bigfoot is my uncle. We throw bones on weekend. SPY coming on red now. Gave a nice pop up here to the 399.50. coming on back down to the 398s. So A firm and TKLF are the only things still green. A firm getting a big push down off of the 2984. See if they can hold it down. A firm switching over to red. So nice going red on the day. The shorts are taking control, getting it going red on the day. We'll see if it can hold red. Let me see what is. Okay, so red on the day is the 2935. As long as it stays under that 2935, it should continue down. So we'll mark that 2935 out here as support that it needs to break and hold under. 2935. Looking for it to go red. The other ones are continuing downward. APLD down 5%, TBLT down 3%, SDIG down 3%, Snap down. TKLF is becoming that top mover, moving 20 cents away from the 250s, up 10%. So now the question is, can it hold up these gains? And I'm thinking it may get a little bit of a reversal. No problem, Cyro QT. If you guys have anything that you want me to look at, we can do that. But for right now, we're watching the death begin on Freaky Friday. And most definitely, if you're gonna trade something on Friday, you gotta trade something that's green if you're going long. Because Friday is a sell-off day. It's the end of the week. People are taking their profits over the week for the over the weekend, unless they're in longer-term positions. A firm coming back red now, flipping back towards that 2935, holding it down. And now TKLF is the only thing that is green right now. Man, I can't wait till oil breaks under 90. Spot or no, A firm coming. Man, A firm is a struggle boat, isn't it? I guess it's gonna take some time to do this drop. TKLF giving a slight pullback. Red on the day will be a cross. It have the cross under the 239s. For red on the day, let's go ahead and draw that support down here. Actually, I'd rather draw it on the hour chart. Support 239. And we'll see how it tests that level. Wow, Snap just does not want to stop going down. They might actually Snap might get bought out. If it keeps going cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, somebody's gonna be like, you know what? Let's just merge you into us and let's just do away with that old Snap thing. A firm coming back up to test that $30 real quick. Holding green on the day. Shorts gonna have to push this thing down, or they're gonna get exploded on. Okay. A firm 10 cents away from that 30. A nice pop up there. Well, not nice for Daniel B, but just I don't know what his entry was, but hopefully it was well above the 30s. Right, so we're almost through. We have 5 minutes until the first 15 minutes of the market is closed, and we're kind of seeing what direction these things want to go. Most of the low floats and mid cap movers have shown us that they want to go red in the first 15 minutes, and they've gone a pretty good ways red. They're going closer to that 10% red on the day from the open, so that's not good. Most of these for Friday, nice sell-off day. Wow, A firm got a nice push down there, but it's a grinder. Getting up to 1 million shares traded now. A firm about to crack that 1 million shares. SPY took another try up there to the 400, pulling back now a little bit, but this is a lot of buying pressure on the SPY from that 397 up here to the 399s. The NQ looking absolutely fabulous, doing exactly what I said it was going to do out here. After this inverse head and shoulders, broke the 12.2 and now looking to test the what is this, the 12.650 again, pushing higher. TKLF tried to fall down through the 250s, got bought up big off those 250s. But is a slight head and shoulders on the 5 minute, but we'll have to see confirmation on the 15 minute, which will be closing here in 3 minutes. That 273 looks to be the spot that it struggled at twice there. But this is on a smaller time frame, so it may not matter. We'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna take Snap off because Snap is just gonna continue to die. Down 35% and 5% more since the open. So no reason to continue to watch that Festival of Death. S-Dig popping back up there a little bit, but still red on the day. The high here was a 377. And then it had that drop. TBLT also trying to come back green as well. Big buy up came down here to the 598s. Coming into the final stretch of this 15-minute candle. The hour on TLBT is kind of struggling. Doesn't know which way it wants to go, but it is to the high side of this candle. And like it's getting a little push up there to the 6, trying to get to the 650s here on TBLT. Come all the way back green. Now at this point, 623 would be red for it. So it's gonna have to hold the 623 level. Let's go ahead and draw that as support. That will be definitely the risk level. It comes down and cracks that 623. That's super close. It didn't even go anywhere basically. That's too close. Going back red on the day there. A firm over $30 now. Dallas, what's up? What's up? You're not going to Wyoming? Dallas in the building. Started reading a book called Skin in the Game by Nassim Taleb. I think you might like it. Called Skin. A book called Skin. Let me see. Actually, no, I'm not gonna do that on stream. I'm not advertising. I don't know that book. I'm gonna have to contact them if it's a good book. I have to check it out. No free advertisement around here. Okay. FFIE dying as well. What in the world happened to that thing? Faraday Future Intelligent Electric. Boy, they got killed today. FFIE down 37%, 25% since the open. That's crazy. All right, TKLF still trying to move higher. Came down to this bottom of the right above the 250s. Has a high here of the 268. Pre-market previous bottom looks to be around this level of the 243. May be a nice test level for it to come down and touch. It has not come down and tested that level of the pre-market yet. 243 right under the 250s. Is getting a little bit of a push up there though. Um, talks about how no one should say a trade unless they are trading it. It's wait, let me read that again. It talks about how no one should say a trade unless they have or they are trading it. Got you. A firm. Wait, Lori's in here? Oh yes. I mean, good morning, Lori. Lawrence says framework fortune Framework fortune crash and burn baby excited squeals. The Tuscan housing market is teetering. Tuscan housing market is teetering on the edge of the abyss, just waiting for a soft breeze to push it over the edge. SDIG taking a little bit of a dump. A firm holding over that 30 for now. We'll see what it wants to do. TKLF is still our biggest green mover. Let's check out this volume story. First candle had 8 million shares, then 4 million, 3 million, and now 3 million again. Looking like it wants to test that 275. Continues to kind of get those little slight pushes, slight nudges, but it's also making lower highs on the 5-minute. So where would you want to see this thing break? Would you want to see it break over the 71 or what? For scalps. I know people scalp these types a lot. A firm continuing higher. 30-25s looking like they're about to get encapsulated here. Our chart looks very, very bullish on A firm. We'll see. We'll see what it does when it gets up here to this 30-50 resistance level on the hour chart. Been up there multiple times, has a little range up here that it could get rejected off of. May actually give more adding time to Daniel B if he needs to get some more, but we'll see. Lauren says, just sitting on my hands waiting. That yellow house that I was looking at is down 7K in the last 2 days. Oh my goodness. And another one is down 2.25 million and suddenly in our price range. Nice. Let me see. What's the other one say? Oh yeah. That's crazy. 7K in 2 days. What in the world's going on out there? TKLF still trying to hold these ranges 10 cents from this previous bottom, but we need to see a pullback on this one anyway. Need to see the shorts win before the big fish are ready to play ball with it. It's got 31 million shares traded. A firm breaking back. Wow, breaking quickly back through the third. Oh my gosh. Look at that little drop there. Wow. Through the 30s. Let's see if they can hold it down. The previous level was up here that I drew up here. It did not quite get back into that level. A lot of short pressure there, taking out almost half of this previous 15-minute candle there. Big dump. So looks like Daniel B is gonna be buying everybody dinner here soon. Lot of sell off on this one on Friday. Wow. All the way. Look at how much momentum it got to the. Oh my gosh. That's insane. Took out the whole last 15-minute count. Look at that hour candle, how bad it looks. Wow. Well, congratulations, Daniel B. I don't know how much you're in the profit, but you will probably be able to give us our stimulus checks. That is crazy sell off right there. Let me see, did any kind of news pop off for that to happen? A firm. Let's see, Morgan. Nope, no new news, just a big dump. Let's see. Dallas says, I'm a trader and I'm moving forward, guys. Hopefully, we can do some positive reinforcement in the comments and add value to our friends instead of negative feedback. Exactly, Dallas. The positive vibes is what we want. The positive vibes make you live longer. When you're sitting around all like a backwater hermit and all congested, it makes you very unapproachable. So it's always good to practice those positive vibes. All right, Dallas. Well, I've took some risk. I recapped the risk that I took yesterday. It was a green trade, but boy, it was a risk. I'm green on this week. Been green for the last month or so. Every week, haven't had a red week, so doing pretty good on taking risk. But man, A firm killed it. Coming back down here to this bottom around the 29.97. See TKLF. All right, TKLF coming back up here to the top, 75, getting that 75 push. Are they going to punish people, or are they going to punish the shorts up to the $3 here? 25 cents of punishment. Can they do it? Hmm, not looking like it. Let's give it some time. It did break a new high on the 5-minute, but that means nothing. The 15-minute still looking pretty bullish as well. So 275, let's see if they can go ahead and get that break. This is a higher high and a higher low. A firm all the way down to $29. Crazy. Down 1% on the day. And as of now, looking at my scans, I don't see much of anything that is super green on the scan. So jump over here to the scans. TBLT red, ADXN down, SDIG down, TKLF is the only thing still green. NQ did pop its little head above that 12,652, but came back down just holding in that area. Crude oil in the indecision as well on the day. Right back in this level, right above this range that we had previously marked around the 96.50. We'll see if that becomes real resistance throughout the day. and then the SPY up to 400. Um, Daniel B out with the nice little lunch money. Well, that's more than lunch money. Nice car payment for Daniel B. Well, that's more than car payment. Nice I don't know what you can get for 12.75. Couple of bills paid. That was a nice one. Crazy. Well, good job to Daniel B. So the things that I will continue to watch throughout the day will be TKLF, waiting for the shorts to win and show me a range. I've been doing these plays pretty much. These are the plays that I'm looking for. I want to see something with a lot of people, a lot of emotion, a obvious range, and then buy towards the lower to mid of that range, and look for the test of the high of that range. That's all I'm looking for. But we will see throughout the day. It is Freaky Friday. I may or may not even take a trade. I try to, like yesterday, I was typing in the Discord the trade that I was looking at, and while I was typing, it took off, and I was like, come on, man. But yeah, Donnell jumped in there. He got to watch it with me, and man, that thing went bonkers. Tried to take my soul is what it tried to do. But I did take some profit off of that trade. There there's some big movers down though today. Givo, I remember there was some guy that used to argue with Ben about Givo. That was funny. That was always amusing. And then FFIE down. Yeah. So we just let them live. TKLF finally about to let the shorts get on in there here. Looking like it wants to get down through this 250 finally. As long as it holds green on day, as long as it doesn't give back too much profit, I'll be okay with it. But if it goes below this 243, or wait, what was red on the day? 239, 239, it's dead on the day for me. But we have a little bit of a top here at that 265, which we'll see if it can retest here. But as of now, that would be the profit target. But we gotta see how this thing comes down. And I mean, all I'm looking for is like 20 cents. I'm not looking for, 50, 60 cents. I'm just looking to get the range and sell at the previous resistance. 75% of my position. Easy. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and remove SDIG and all of these. I'm not really seeing much from them. They're gonna have to come back green on the day for me to even be interested. So right now the only one to watch is TKLF, and really thought it'll get a little bit freakier. It might get freaky around lunchtime when all of those randoms start popping up. Read some of these comments. Lauren says she's gonna go and donate plasma today. Trade first, type later. Life one chance. I decided to sell whole position. Don't need more stress. Yeah. Dead right now. Okay. PGY is unstoppable. Lori says PGY. Up 66%. It is one of the few that is green on today. What in the world is the news on this one? PGY. This healthcare stock jumped 110%. Pagia Technology shares pulled back. Pagia Technology shares trading lower. Okay, well, what's the news for today? Why is it popping today? There's no news. Let me go and look at the sites. PGY. So this is what I'm talking about. These randoms, man. This thing had nothing on it pre-market. Pagia Technology has announced its timing of second quarter earnings. What does this company do? Got plenty of employees located in Israel. This company, Pagia or Pagaya Technologies, operates as a financial a financial technology company in Israel, the United States, and the Cayman Islands. It develops and implements proprietary artificial intelligence technology and related software solutions to assist partners to originate loans and other assets. Its partners include high growth financial technology companies, incumbent financial institutions, auto finance providers, and brokers. The company was founded in 2016 and is headquartered in Tel Aviv, Israel. Okay. Popping up there. It is definitely a higher float. It's gonna have to. I don't even know if I want to touch this one. Really, I don't see any news on it. It's got to pull back. TKLF came down to that 250 mark, coming down to red on the day, which is the 239s. So let me put that on here as well. Support 239. Very limited area for it to come down. Down 2-3% now, so not looking great. Let me look at the daily chart on this thing. Yeah. So on TOS, looking here, we see TKLF had quite a bit of a bad time back here in January, went flat all these months, and finally got a pop up, and now has given back quite a bit. So I don't know if I want to play with this one on Friday. Maybe a I don't want to. I don't know if I want to play with that. Plus, it's not up a crazy amount either. It gave back everything from the open, almost going back red on the day. PGY though is pushing to the moon. 13 million shares traded. Needs to pull back though. What are you talking about? Why would I need news on A firm? I haven't been asking about news on the A firm. I just look and see if there's any news. I say, hey, is there any news on the day? You know, I know you believe A firm is gonna go to the dirt, Daniel B. I know you believe that, but I mean, you may be right. It may go to the dirt, and you've been shorting A firm, out of his socks. So I can't argue with that. So PGY has finally, uh, it's definitely making itself known on the scans. It's on my scans now. Definitely a higher float. Let me see what that float's looking like. Float is 28. Is that right? 28 million. Oh, even less. It's not even a million in the float. Crazy. Just has a lot of shares outstanding. But yeah, this is what I'm talking about. These randoms. Randoms getting on out of there. Moving from that $5 up to the 873. Now the pullback in sight. Now this one is one that scalpers will love because every breakout had continuation. 620s up to the 684. That's 60-cent breakout. There was a little bit of a fail here on this little counter where it did this small pullback, but then look at the next breakout. Boom, 75 up to the 737s. Next breakout, 734 up to 782. Next breakout, 775 up to the 797s, right into the $8 range. And then it had a little, had to think about what it wanted to do. And then the next breakout, 8 up to 921. So it is definitely a dangerous one going in one direction. I would love to see where this thing's going to come down to. But it's definitely going to steal all the attention away from everything else that thought that it would be competition for it today. TKLF is pretty much out of it's probably going to lose after this. Under a million in the float too. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I like checking Yahoo Finance too, because this thing said total float 28 million. And then I go to Yahoo Finance, this thing has under a million in the float. That's why I like to cross reference. Yeah, they are right. It had way less than 28 million. Now the problem is, will enough volume continue to be able to make this thing move like it did in this first rip? What will the retracement look like on this thing? Will it come back to the $8? What we could look at the 50% retracement around that 750 level, but I don't know. I'm not looking to trade. And then look at this previous, look what it looks like out here. Let me go to the PGY. Let's look at the daily chart as well. So the daily chart, was this a recent IPO? Looks like it broke this the previous high there at the 72, came down here, had a big pop up to the 818s, came down into indecision on the middle of this bar and then popped up here again. Ay, ay, ay. That is unpredictable. Let's look at the yearly chart. Had a big, got down here to 242, pulled all the way back up here, broke over the last month's high. So yeah, I don't know, man. That thing's crazy. All-time high was at 1398. Back here, I guess when it IPO'd. But I don't know about that. And this is one of those that I was telling y'all about, that these FOMO plays, they'll get you. They'll get you. You better get in and get out quick with these types. Only 10 cents away from going red on the day on TKLF. Got up here to this previous high of the 278. Want to see what it wants to do down here at the bottom. Can it break down that 239? If so, will it fake break? Will it break and then come back and regain it and start to hold it? Also, let's check out the volume story, which we see the volume dropping on the sell and the buy side. 3 million, 1 million. Last bar was 1 million shares traded. My mic output is clipping. I got my mic turned down. I testing 1 2, and it's not even close to the red, so I don't know. Should be a little bit better. Brought it down a little bit more. Boy, my mic's gonna be off after a while. Oh, okay, got you. When I lean up, my bad. I like to give my mic a kiss every once in a while, let it know I love it. Uh, Daniel B says ASUN drying volume. Let's look at ASUN. Woo. PGY popping back up there. On the 5-minute, it has resistance here at the 982, but I don't know if that's real. We got to see the larger time frames confirm that resistance. Smaller pop out there. Let's see, 84 up to, nope, still ready to go. So yeah, this is a scalper's dream right here. Be in and out 20-30 cents every rip, but it is getting extended. It'll be closing this 15-minute candle in About 15 minutes. Let's see. Top tick monk. What is Oh, okay, you're talking about your entries, yeah. PGY up 100% since open. This is such a FOMO play. I just want to see it get destroyed. I may just watch it throughout the day just to see how it dips. That's crazy. TKLF right at the 250 level. Came down here and touched the 242s. I'm looking for that test of that 239, that red on the day. Volume. See if that momentum picks up to the downside, which is looking like it will. PGY looking like it wants to go to $20 here on Friday. Every single breakout has been ridiculous. But we buy low and we sell high. Buying here is buying and holding here is suicide. So at this point, what I'll continue watching is TKLF to see what it wants to do around that bottom, around that red. But I don't even know if I'm gonna take a stab at it. And then PGY is just way too extended. I don't know what a dip will look for. It can fall so far. It can fall so far. Let's see what A-Sun ended up doing. A-Sun still continuing down slowly. Getting about 10,000 shares, average around, I'd say 15,000 shares now. 20,000 shares maybe average per candle. Okay, now we have a high of the 399 on the SPY for a little bit of resistance. Actually, let's do that on the 15-minute. 399. Then it came down here and got a little buying pressure at this support level or area. Got a range down here and a range up top, 400. So how will it act? And sometimes I have to draw these ranges because y'all be like, oh, you're talking about one price level. No, I'm talking about an area of testing. So we'll see what that does. PGY slowing down up here at the top. Let's look. Whoa. Let's look at the biggest volume candle was 3 million shares on that biggest push. 3 million shares. What a ooh, I don't know. I'll have to, oh man, I'm gonna have to tone that out. Okay. ASUN continuing to push down after all of this flat motion. Coming into this previous range of, let's see, we had a little range 2050 support right under here that it dropped back out of. Found that resistance 2050. Okay, that was pretty nice play. PGY getting heavier and heavier. We'll see if it starts making those lower lows, but people still seem to want to buy it up. I just don't understand the motion in the ocean here. But that's how it is sometimes. If you don't understand, sit on your hands. Oh, TKLF did go red on the day. Could not hold up that range from the 238s up here to the 278s. Pushing on down there. So that's a no-go for me. All right, guys. Well, appreciate you guys for tuning in. We saw some crazy action on some of these Friday random pop-ups. If you're gonna continue trading, be careful, especially if you're trading PGY. This thing looks like it's gonna become the reaper of the day. So definitely, just if you're gonna trade it, be in and out, because I don't think it's gonna be playing unless it sets up those lows and you can kind of see, you know, a tested area. But even with that, on a Friday, it could continue down. But yeah, check out our Discord, Framer Fortune Discord. If I take any trades during the day, I try my best to enter them into the Discord before they start doing stuff. But if it enters in a price level enters into something that I like, I'll put it in the Discord, and we can see where it goes from there. Also, check out Framework Fortune home channel where Ben does his live streams as well. He does his market analysis, and also about the Discord, we talk about everything investing and entrepreneurship. If you're interested in cryptos, if you're interested in NFTs, stock market, futures, whatever you're interested in, there is probably a group for you. Um, but yeah, appreciate everybody tuning in on Twitch and YouTube. If you haven't followed yet on Twitch, hit that follow button. I stream in the mornings. Monday mornings are usually the days that I try to take care of all of my meetings for the week. Sometimes, more meetings pop up, but usually I try to get them all taken care of on Monday morning before I jump uh, on stream. So if I come on a little late on that day, that's probably what I'm doing. But for the rest of the days, I'm usually here. That is it for me today. Uh, just be waiting for PGY to take the lives of everyone involved, and enjoy my weekend. Another green week, locking in a couple of months of green. So it's like, okay, I can take out and pay bills. That's pretty much the point I'm at now. I can just grab a little money out of there every now and then, go and get me a Subway sandwich or something. But yeah, that's it for me today. Working on that consistency as all traders do. Consistent is what we want, right? Low risk, high reward, and having an edge in the market. But anyway, it is 9:30, and I'm about to go and make some money doing something else here on this dangerous Freaky Friday. And as always, it's been a great week. I will see you guys next week, or I may see you in some weekend content with Ben. I've just been talking to see if PGY is just gonna die here at the end, but it's whatever. I'm not gonna wait around. That's time. Time is money. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Okay. Peace.